Hello everyone, welcome you all to the video session on Module 4 Infinite Series and Power Series Solutions. So in the last video session on this module, we have studied about infinite series and two types of tests known as Cauchy's root test and D'Alembert's ratio test to find the convergence or divergence of the series. So today we are moving on to the second part of the model, that is power series solution. So the first topic in this is series solution of Bessel's differential equation leading to Bessel function. So now we are going to see what is Bessel's differential equation and how to find the series solution of this Bessel's differential equation which leads to Bessel function. So I have considered here Bessel differential equation of order n, that is x square d square y by dx square plus x dy by dx plus x square minus n square of y is equal to 0. So this is a Bessel's differential equation of order n, x square d square y by dx square plus x dy by dx plus x square minus n square y is equal to 0, where n is a non-negative real constant or also known as a parameter. Now we need to find the solution of this Bessel's differential equation, a series solution. So for which we assume the series solution of this Bessel's differential equation in the form y is equal to summation a r x to the power k plus r varying from 0 to infinity. This is a series when r equal to 0, a naught x power k, r equal to 1, a1 x power r k plus 1 and so on. So it is a series of the form summation a r x power k plus r varying from 0 to infinity. So we are assuming the solution of equation 1, that is Bessel's differential equation, in this form. Now if this is your y, what is dy by dx? Differentiate this with respect to x, that is summation a r differentiation of x to the power k plus r into x to the power k plus r minus 1. Differentiate again d square y by dx square summation a power r into k plus r minus 1 into x to the power k plus r minus 2. Differentiation of x to the power k plus r is k plus r into x to the power k plus r minus 1, and again when you differentiate you will get k plus r minus 1 into x to the power k plus r minus 2. Now we have assumed this y, you have found what is dy by dx, d square y by dx square. So substitute all in the given equation, that is equation 1, Bessel's differential equation. X square into d square y by dx square. So when you multiply this by x square, here this x to the power k plus r minus 2 into x square, that is x to the power k plus r, and x dy by dx becomes summation a r k plus r into x to the power k plus r. Fine. So write it down, summation a r into k plus r into k plus r minus 1 into x to the power k plus r, plus the second term summation a r k plus r into x to the power k plus r. Okay, let me go back and check. X square minus n square into y, third term. So x square into y. So this term will be summation a r x to the power k plus r plus 2. Summation a r x to the power k plus r plus 2 minus n square into y, that is summation a r x to the power k plus r. This is equal to 0. So go through this carefully, never miss any x or its power. Now collecting the first, second and fourth terms together. First, second and fourth terms together. Why? Because in the first, second and the fourth term you have power of x is the same, x to the power k plus r, x to the power k plus r, here also x to the power k plus r. So combine the first, second and the fourth term together. So AR summation AR x to the power k plus r, you can take it as common. Remaining what is there? K plus r into k plus r minus 1 here. And the second term k plus r. Third term minus n square. Fourth term minus n square. Plus the third term as it is, you write down here. Summation AR x to the power k plus r plus 2, which is equal to 0. Now you can simplify it further. Summation AR x to the power k plus r. In the first and the second term, here you have k plus r as common. So if you take out k plus r, what are you left with? K plus r minus 1. And here when you take k plus r out, you are left with 1 minus n square. And the next term as it is, summation AR x to the power k plus r plus 2 is equal to 0. That is summation AR x to the power k plus r. This is k plus r minus 1 plus 1. So that is k plus r. So k plus r into k plus r is k plus r whole square minus n square plus summation AR x to the power k plus r plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we equate the coefficient of lowest degree term in x to 0. Lowest degree term in x. What is the lowest degree term in this summation? That is when r equal to 0. So when r equal to 0, what is the coefficient here? A0 k square minus n square. When r equal to 0, the term is A0 x power k, k square minus n square. So what is the coefficient of x power k? A0 k square minus n square. So we shall equate it to 0. Since setting A0 not equal to 0, A0 not equal to 0, we must have k square minus n square equal to 0 or k is equal to plus or minus n. Okay, k is equal to plus or minus n. Also, we need to equate the coefficient of x to the power k plus 1 to 0. So let me go back and check what is the coefficient of x to the power k plus 1. When r equal to 1, this will be a1 k plus 1 whole square minus n square. a1 k plus 1 whole square minus 1 square. This implies a1 equal to 0 since this term inside the bracket, the other term k plus 1 whole square minus n square, if you take it as 0, if you take this term as 0, then that means that k plus 1 whole square is equal to n square or k plus 1 is equal to plus or minus n, which cannot be accepted because already you have k is equal to plus or minus n. Okay, so this entire term is equal to 0. That means either a1 is 0 or k plus 1 whole square minus n square equal to 0. We are taking a1 as 0 because if you take k plus 1 whole square minus n square as 0, what will happen is k plus 1 is equal to plus or minus n, which is a contradiction to what you already found, k is equal to plus or minus n. So we must have a1 equal to 0. Now the general term equating the coefficient of x power k plus r to 0. What is the coefficient of x power k plus r? General term ar k plus r whole square minus n square, and here what is the coefficient of x to the power k plus r. This is the coefficient, AR is the coefficient of x to the power k plus r. So coefficient of x to the power k plus AR is the coefficient of x to the power k plus r plus 2. So what is the coefficient of AR? Coefficient of x power k plus r, that is AR minus 2. So from this, what is your AR? Rewrite minus this term, you shift it to the other side, minus AR minus 2 divided by k plus 1 whole square minus n square. Now, when k equal to 1, k equal to n. When k is equal to n, what do we get from this? AR is equal to minus AR minus 2 n plus r whole square minus n square. N plus r whole square minus n square. So you can observe here, what is n plus r whole square? A plus b whole square formula, n square plus r square plus 2nr. So n square minus r, n square get cancelled. So r square plus 2nr. So put r is equal to 2, 3, 4. A0 you get it as not 0. A1 is 0. Now find A2 from this. A2 is minus, you are putting r equal to 2 minus A0 divided by 4n plus 4. Right? R is equal to 2. 4n plus 4, that is minus A0 divided by 4 into n plus 1. Okay. Now what is A3? Put r equal to 3. Minus A1 divided by r equal to 3, 6n plus 9. But since A1 is 0, whatever may be your denominator, A3 becomes 0. So similarly A5 you will get in terms of A3. A3 is 0, so A5, A7, A9 all are 0. That is A1 equal to 0, which is equal to A3, which is equal to A5. All A's with odd suffixes become 0. Now what is A4 next? A4 is minus A2 divided by r equal to 4 here, 8n plus 16. 8n plus 16 or 8 into n plus 2. 8 into n plus 2. Now what is A2? A2 is minus A0 divided by 4 into n plus 1. Substitute here, minus minus becomes plus. So A0 into 8 4s are 32 into n plus 1 into n plus 2. Okay. Similarly, find A6 and go on substituting this in the expanded form of 2. So let me go back and check what is the equation 2. Y is equal to summation AR x to the power k plus r. So what is the expanded form? You know, I told you that time. Put r equal to 0, r equal to 1 and so on. X power k, if you take out A0 plus A1x plus A2x square plus A3x power 3 and so on. So and let the solution for k is equal to plus n be denoted by y1. You are finding now the solution when k is equal to n. So y1 is equal to x to the power n into A0 plus A1 is 0. So A1x becomes 0. What is A2? Minus A0 divided by 4 into n plus 1 into x square. The next term becomes 0. Substitute for A4. A0 divided by 32 into n plus 1 into n plus 2 into x power 4 and so on. So here you can observe all the terms are in terms of A0. So A0 you can take out. So y1 is equal to A0 into x power n 1 minus x square by 2 square into n plus 1. 2 square into n plus 1 plus x to the power 4 divided by 2 power 5 into n plus 1 into n plus 2 and so on. So this is the solution when k is equal to plus n. So next we shall move on to k is equal to minus n. when k is equal to minus n, you are replacing n by minus n in this equation. This is when k is equal to n. Suppose what happens when k is equal to minus n. So wherever you have n, replace it by minus n, and we shall name the solution as y1. Sorry, y2. So y2 is equal to a naught into x power minus n into 1 minus x square divided by 2 square into minus n plus 1 plus x to the power 4 divided by 2 power 5 into minus n plus 1 into minus n plus 2. So let this be the solution when k is equal to minus n. So your complete solution of the given basis differential equation is given by y is equal to ay1 plus by2. Y is equal to ay1 plus by2. So y1 is as given in equation 4 and y2 is this equation 5. Now to generalize this solution by choosing a naught is equal to 1 by 2 to the power n gamma n plus 1. You are telling that a naught is equal to a constant. We are taking that a naught is equal to a constant. So we take an as a particular solution 1 by 2 power n gamma n plus 1. And the same, let it be, you denote it as capital Y1. You have the small y1 solution equation 1. In that you take a naught as this. So substitute this in your y1. So here you have substitute for a naught. Okay, only for a naught. 1 by 2 power n gamma n plus 1. So a naught x power n, the first term, x power n by 2 power n gamma n plus 1. 1 minus x square by 2 square into n plus 1 you have. You can write it as x by 2 whole square into 1 by n plus 1. You have in the denominator 2 to the power 5. So that 2 to the power 4 you can combine with x to the power 4. So x by 2 to the power 4 and one more 2 you can retain as it is. Okay. So that will be equal to, this is x by 2 whole to the power n. Multiply this 1 by gamma n plus 1 throughout all the terms. 1 by gamma n plus 1 x by 2 whole square into 1 by n plus 1 into gamma n plus 1 plus x by 2 to the power 4 n plus 1 n plus 2 gamma n plus 1 into 2 and so on. Now we have the property of gamma function which you already studied in the previous semester. Gamma n is n minus 1 into gamma n minus 1. Gamma n plus 2 is n plus 1 into gamma n plus 1. Gamma n plus 3 is n plus 2 into gamma n plus 2, or n plus 2 into what is gamma n plus 2? N plus 1 into gamma n plus 1. So use it here. The second term here, n plus 1 into gamma n plus 1 becomes gamma n plus 2. And this term becomes gamma n plus 3. So substitute that y1 is equal to x by 2 to the power n 1 by gamma n plus 1 minus x by 2 whole square into 1 by gamma n plus 2 plus x by 2 to the power 4 1 by gamma n plus 3 into 2. So further this can be written as minus this. You can observe the terms are plus or minus. So when you generalize you can write it as minus 1 to the power r. This x by 2 to the power n you can take out of the summation. The remaining terms you are writing in terms of summation now. So summation, in the denominator what do you have? Gamma n plus 1, n plus 1 plus 1, n plus 1 plus 2 and so on. So generally you can write it as gamma n plus r plus 1. Okay, starting with r equal to 0 into here 0 factorial, 1 factorial, see this term how I have rewritten, 2 factorial and so on. So in general it will be r factorial and here x by 2 to the power 0, x by 2 whole square, x by 2 to the power 4. So 0, 2, 4, 6. So general term is x by 2 to the power r. Okay. Or summation minus 1 power r. Combine these two terms, x by 2 to the power n and x by 2 to the power 2r. So x by 2 to the power n plus 2r into 1 by gamma n plus r plus 1 into r factorial. So now this function is called Bess's function of the first kind of order n. So this is the solution of the Bess's equation leading to Bess's function of first kind. Very important derivation. Try to understand. Write down in your notes. Try to understand. Then it will be clear to you. Okay. Okay, with this we will go on to the one more derivation you have. To prove j half of x is equal to root 2 by pi x sin x. To prove j half of x is equal to square root of 2 by pi x sin x. Okay, before that, after this finding this Bess's function of first kind, you have found y1. You have found y1 here. So after finding y1, this is denoted as Jn of x. Whatever the function you have found is denoted by Jn of x. So denote it as Jn of x. And also you have one more solution for k is equal to minus n, that is in respect of y2, that is denoted by j minus n of x. So this solution is denoted by whatever y1 you have. This is called Bess's function of first kind of order n, and it is denoted by Jn of x. Similarly, the solution for k is equal to minus n is denoted by j minus n of x. And finally, you write down the general solution of the Bess's equation as y is equal to a into Jn of x plus b into j minus n of x. Okay, so don't miss out this step. Then we shall move on to j half of x. How do you prove j half of x? By using the definition of Jn of x. Now you have Jn of x as summation r equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 power r x by 2 to the power n plus 2r into 1 by gamma n plus r plus 1 into r factorial. This is what we have proved just now, Jn of x. So to get j half of x, you put n is equal to half and simplify, right? You have Jn of x. To get j half of x, you put n is equal to half. So what do you get when you put n is equal to half? The left hand side is j half of x is equal to summation r varying from 0 to infinity. You are only, remember, you are substituting only for n as half. So minus 1 power r x by 2 to the power half plus 2r, n is half, into 1 by gamma half plus r plus 1 into r factorial. Half plus r plus 1. So what is half plus 1? 3 by 2. So r plus 3 by 2 into r factorial. Or what I have done in the next step is this x by 2 to the power half, that is independent of this summation in terms of r, right? So x by 2 to the power half, I have taken it out. X by 2 to the power half. Summation minus 1 power r x by 2 to the power 2r into 1 by gamma r plus 3 by 2 into r factorial. I have only taken out x by 2 to the power half. The remaining terms I have written as it is. Okay. So now expand this summation. j half of x is equal to root of x by 2 when r equal to 0. Minus 1 power 0, that is 1. R equal to 0, this term will be x by 2 to the power 0, that is again 1. R equal to 0, this will be gamma 3 by 2. 0 factorial is 1. So 1 by gamma 3 by 2. Next, r equal to 1 minus x by 2 to the power 2, 1 by gamma 5 by 2 into 1 factorial, plus r is 2, so this is plus x by 2 to the power 4, 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2, that is gamma 7 by 2 into 2 factorial, and so on. Okay, expand the term, go on substituting r equal to 0, r equal to 1, r equal to 2, and so on. Now, what is gamma half? You know already, which you studied in your previous semester. Gamma half is root 5, and also the recurrence relation for gamma function as gamma n is equal to n minus 1 into gamma n minus 1. So from this, what is gamma 3 by 2? Gamma 3 by 2 is n minus 1, 3 by 2 minus 1, half. Half into gamma half. Half into gamma half is half into root pi. What is gamma 5 by 2? Gamma 5 by 2, 5 by 2, n minus 1 is 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 into gamma 3 by 2, right? 3 by 2 into gamma 3 by 2. What is gamma 3 by 2 from this? Half into root pi. So 3 by 2 into half into root pi, that is 3 root pi by 4. Similarly, you can find what is gamma 7 by 2. Okay, all this just recall which you studied in your previous semester. Now substitute all these values here. Root x by 2, keep as it is. 2 by gamma half you have denominator, that is root pi, minus x square by 4 into 4 by 3 root pi, plus x to the power 4 by 16, x by 2 to the power 4 you have. So x to the power 4 by 16. Go back and check what is the term you have. 1 by gamma 7 by 2. What is gamma 7 by 2? 15 root pi by 8. So 8 by 15 root pi into 2, and so on. So here what you can do is 2 by root pi, or root pi is common. Root pi is common throughout, which I have taken out, combined it with by root of x by 2. So it becomes root of x by 2 pi. 2 minus x square, this 4 get cancels, you are left with 3, plus x to the power 4, this 8 ones are 8 twos are, so 2 to 4, 4 into 15 is 60, and so on, which is equal to root x by 2 pi. I have multiplied and divided by 2 by x throughout. Multiplied and divided by 2 by x. That is 2 by x I have kept inside, and here onwards I have multiplied by, for the term inside the bracket I have multiplied by 2 by x. Sorry, 2 by x I have multiplied 2 by x into x by 2. So 2 by x is here, into x by 2 throughout. So when you multiply by x by 2, 2 get cancelled, x minus x square by 3 into x by 2. So x cube by 6 plus x to the power 5 by 120, and so on. So which is equal to j half of x is equal to this root x by x, that is root x, 2 by root 2, root 2 in the numerator. So root 2 by pi x into x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 by 5 factorial, and so on. Or j half of x is equal to root 2 by pi x. What is this series? X minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 factorial, and so on, that is sin x. So j half of x is root of 2 by pi x into sin x. So this is about j half of x. And also you need to prove j minus half of x, for which if you understand j half of x, it is more than enough. J minus half of x is similar. So I'll explain you in brief. J n of x you have. In this you put n is equal to minus half. Wherever you have, you put n is equal to minus half. Okay. So in the last derivation you have taken x by 2 to the power half outside. Here x by 2 to the power minus half. The remaining terms as it is. Okay. Remaining terms you are expanding and writing as it is. So again this we have seen the same thing. Go through this again and substitute j minus half of x root 2 by x 1 by what is gamma half root pi, gamma 3 by 2 1 by 2 into gamma 3 by 2 is 1 by 2 into root pi, gamma 5 by 2 3 by 2 into 1 by 2 into root pi, and so on. Substitute. And root pi you take out. 1 minus x square by 2 factorial. 2 by 4 is 2. 4 by 16 is 4. So 4 into 3 into 2 is 4 factorial. So j minus half of x is root of 2 by pi x into cos x. Okay, go through this, the detailed derivation.